Hi, how are you guys?
We're good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm eating
Good.
So,
some homemade sweets right now. It's fantastic.
Awesome, Raj.
Sounds wonderful.
Hello.
we're Raj. We were just talking about the metrics working group at the OpenSSF. So just to bring you up to speed on everybody that we are in the process of figuring out how to move from the CD Foundation over to the OpenSSF. So we've been given some direction from the OpenSSF side to come in under what they call the metrics and
Metadata.
metadata working group. So the OpenSSF does their things a little bit different than the CDF. So all their reporting comes through the working groups, where in the CDF, the projects talk directly to the TOC and the governing board. So what we've been tasked with is to start getting involved with the metrics and metadata group. And on this page, you'll see down here, where was it? Get involved. So there is a mailing list. I pulled up the community calendar, but I did not see them on there. I had to do some more searching. And then on their Slack channel, I did join that, and so it's under the OpenSSF, and this is where they're looking for a new time slot. So there is a doodle out there that you'll see on the Slack to pick a time slot from when they want to meet. And they're trying to get that done by tomorrow. So everybody has to go in there and add our opinions to when they should meet. Because that'll be one of the groups that we need to start working with and following along with what they have going on.
Oh, got it. Nice.
And join the mailing list because it is different than the Ortelius mailing list. It's more of like an OpenSSF mailing list that you'll get things sent out from the Linux Foundation or the OpenSSF through that mailing list, which, like I said, is separate than the Ortelius one.
And do you have that mailing list? You see mailing list, I see it.
Yep, so let me put that in the chat. Oops.
It's weird when you go to it, it says, sorry, this group does not exist.
It would not be surprising.
Yeah, they don't have a mailing list yet.
Okay, that's good to know.
So the only way to really have that discussion with them then is on Slack for now.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming they will get a mailing list fairly, because everybody else has a mailing list. I had this, I've ran into this problem with this group before when they were Alpha Omega. I was trying to join it and I couldn't figure out how.
Yeah, let's see if this doodle actually works. I just clicked on it. It may or may not.
How did you get the doodle?
It is in the Slack.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So like I said, under the OpenSSF Slack channel, you have the working group metrics and metadata. And it was the last one of the
I
last
see the doodle.
posts.
Yeah, the doodle was sent Friday.
Yeah, and it looks like you have until tomorrow to figure out when you want to. And it looks like only a couple people have. Looks like their working group's pretty small.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It looks like we can probably make a difference for them and help out.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you put that doodle in the or
Yeah.
I can put that doodle.
You got it.
Yeah. I don't know if this will work. Somebody, when I put it in the chat, click on it and tell me if it's good.
Yeah, I think it'll take you there because I didn't log in yet.
Took myself there, but I don't know now if it's under my account, and so it's the wrong link.
Let me put it in
Let me
there.
just
I got it because I haven't logged in yet.
here, somebody click on that and see if it takes you to the doodle. It probably won't.
That's the same one I have. They're identical. That'll work.
Okay. So go ahead if if you're so inclined to look at the schedule and pick a time. This is so Raj, what we spoke about earlier before you got online is this is our general meeting, and we do this once a month. And we're thinking about canceling this general meeting so that contributors don't have to deal with this meeting and instead can do at least once a month they can attend the metrics and metadata, because that is the working group by which we will try to move Ortelius under from the CDF to the OpenSSF. So the way the OpenSSF works is they have a set of working groups, and the working groups have their own open source projects. And then the TAC, they take that to the TAC, and the TAC approves it or doesn't approve it. And generally, if they have decided they want to do it, the TAC will approve it, and they have to manage it. This particular working group is where Alpha Omega is, which is a pretty big project. And they are building everything about security insights and security metrics, which is squarely in our wheelhouse in terms of what we're doing. There are other working groups that we might consider getting into, but some of their projects are a little bit more like scripted solutions for doing kind of code scanning or automating GitHub actions to include scorecard automatically, those kinds of things. But scorecard's actually in this group, right?
I can't tell.
Yeah, I know.
They talk about related work, so it's hard to tell if they are or are not.
I'm guessing that they will be. This is a somewhat, according to Crobe, they were used to be called something else. They've renamed it and they're trying to reorganize it. So
yeah.
So since we're there's just four of us, but that's okay. Does anybody have an objection to going ahead and canceling the general community meeting in favor of encouraging contributors to take once a month and attend one of the metrics and metadata? Because if that is the case, if there's no objections, I will push to do that, and I'll make sure that everybody knows why we're doing it and how to start getting into the metrics and metadata.
Yeah, I think that's a worthwhile path to go that route. So I think that would be a good thing.
I think it's better for our contributors to put themselves in that working group as opposed to spending the time on this call.
Yeah, and I think I know with like the Emporous folks, they probably wouldn't. This working group would not be as important to them, but I know like Alex is working with the AppSec and CNCF working group on that front. So, or application delivery, I think it's called. So I think we're good. So it looks like Raj has no objections to anything I see coming across in the chat. So
Yeah, like seems fair. Like it will be a better use of our time.
Yes,
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay, great. All right. Well, on that note, I'll just remind the four of us here that we have been in our blogathon now for 5 days, 6 days.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
about writing a blog. You got till April 1st, no rush, but start thinking about writing a blog on any topic that you find interesting. I think that, in terms of data science, I think looking at threat models and what data that we need to pump into threat models is a really good topic.
Actually, that's the one I'm looking forward. I'm preparing
Good.
the number 38 issue, I guess, before I move to the next one on modern threats.
And if you need any help whatsoever in writing it in Markdown and getting it checked in, just please reach out to me or Steve, and we'll make sure. And
yeah, I
that
mean,
you're
worst
good with it.
case, you could just do it in a Google shared doc, and then we can get it over into Markdown or help you do it. It's pretty easy to do.
Bye, thank you. Yeah, actually, I just configure Visual Studio Code to do that right now. So I have my
perfect.
sections. So now I just need to get into the writing.
Yeah.
Good.
And if you run into any issues with security privileges or anything like that, just reach out on the Discord channel and we can get that sorted out.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
And
All right. Was there anything else, Tracy, on the list?
no, I think that's it. I'm thinking this is a really good shift.
Yep.
Considering that everybody who goes to the regular meetings don't normally attend this meeting anyway. So I think it's a good meeting to get rid of.
Yeah. One less meeting is always a thumbs up.
Well, we're probably going to add meetings. That's why we need to take this one off.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And go vote on that doodle so you can get the right time slot for where you're at.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thanks
all.
everybody.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.